Good morning, everybody. My name is Peter Iwanowitz. I'm the Executive Director of Environmental Advocates. I also lead our sister organization, EPL Environmental Advocates, and we're here today to talk about the environmental priorities that are left for the legislative session. So far, the 2014 session has been lacking when it comes to environmental progress. The budget was really about each side sort of swatting away bad ideas that the other side came up with very tepid or almost limited progress on the core environmental issues. We have 12 days left of the legislative session if you're in the Senate, 11 if you're in the Assembly. There's a lot of time still on the calendar, but at the same time there are a few legislative days to get pressing work done. So we're here today to talk about some of the pressing issues for this session that are on the environmental organization's priority list for must-do in the next 12 legislative days. The first need-to-pass measure is the Child Safe Products Act. This is really as common sense as environmental legislation, public health legislation gets. This bill that has already passed the Assembly is in committee in the Senate. Been around for a couple of years and simply requires manufacturers of products that children would be exposed to, like toys, car seats, and the like, to disclose chemicals of concern that are in those products so parents and caregivers have more informed choices. This isn't a ban on the use of these things. This is simple disclosure bill. It's common sense as they get. The bill has broad support. As I mentioned, it passed the Assembly. It has all 5 members of the Independent Democratic Conference on the bill. That's 5 for 5 out of the IDC. It has 37 total Senate sponsors in support of the bill, 7 of which from the Republican Party. These are people right now who are co-sponsoring the bill. This isn't pledges. Their names are on the bill. Look them on the computer, they're right there. There's no reason why this common sense measure should not be enacted into law by the end of this legislative session. The votes are there, the politics are there, the public is there, and they want it. I'm actually going to turn, before we get to the other bills, real quickly. Bobby Chase is with the organization Clean Healthy New York, who's been really a strong supporter of the legislation. She just want to talk a little bit about the bill and some of the politics.
Sure. So children are being exposed every day to chemicals that can affect their health, and we have seen a concurrent rise between the use of toxic chemicals in everyday products and diseases like asthma, childhood cancer, learning and developmental disabilities, obesity, diabetes. There's a connection there, and science every day is more and more drawing that link. The Child Safe Products Act seeks to very simply address that, rather than going through a whack-a-mole process where we ban bisphenol A and all of a sudden up pops bisphenol S. It starts setting a process that sends a signal to the marketplace that there are more than 1,000 chemicals out there that really should not be in these products. We've got reasonable scientific evidence. Governmental authoritative bodies have determined that these cause health problems. It sends a market signal. And then it gives parents information about priority chemicals, primarily heavy metals and flame retardants, so that they can act to protect their children. I'm a parent. I've got a 9-year-old and a 4-year-old. You may have seen them in duck costumes in the past couple of weeks. You know, I struggle to find products that are safe for them. I've been an environmental health advocate for 15 years. This is not something that ordinary parents can manage on their own, and it's not something they should have to worry about. You shouldn't have to be a toxicologist to go to the store, and in fact, you have to have a laboratory in your basement right now because it's not on the labels. This is a really important piece of legislation, and there's really the obstacle are the people who make the chemicals in the first place. At the federal level, they're pouring unprecedented amounts of money to stop federal reform. New York State needs to stand up for our children and protect their health and get this bill passed.